What's up, you guys? Scapegoat here, and I'm back for one video. Yeah, I'm still on my quote-unquote vacation, you guys, but I had to bring you guys this video. You guys, I got probably 6 or 7 messages from people saying, Gage, Gravekeeper's just topped again. What's your thoughts on the list? Blah, blah, blah. So I had to give you guys this video, and first of all, I want to give a huge shout-out to Nick Giles for his Gravekeeper deck that he took to a top 16 finish at Cincinnati. Me and him were talking probably about a week before the Cincinnati, and we were going over some different things about the build and about how GKs are faring in the meta right now. And he's been playing the deck longer than I have, so he's definitely very knowledgeable, super cool guy. And he messaged me, he said, hey dude, check out Vexcus's channel. I just topped Cincinnati with GKs. I asked him if I could do his deck list on my channel. He said absolutely. He wanted me to shout out Sonny and Joey for some help with the deck, so I will do that. Sonny and Joey, you've been shouted out. So here we're gonna get into the deck list. So first we got 3 Commandant, 3 Recruiter, 2 Descendant, 1 Assailant, 1 Heretic. This card should basically just be a staple right now. And then double Spies. Now before anybody starts saying anything, what, double Spy, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, guys. First of all, he's running a very odd number of cards. Like, most people do not run 43 cards, which can, like, just going from 40 to, let's say, 42, that mixes up and changes up your hands a lot, believe me. Because I usually run 42 when I play GKs. But secondly, he's running triple card of Demise, and I'll get to this card later. But basically, triple card of Demise, you want to make sure your monster count is low enough to the point where you're not drawing, like, big hands of monsters, you know what I mean? So this is definitely, I think it was a safe choice to run 2. I probably still would have played 3 personally, but I haven't tested Card of Demise all that much on my GKs. I mean, it's pretty much just, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's very close to staple level in decks like GKs and decks like Yosenju's. But for now, he's running 2 Spies, and I guess we'll see where that goes. Maybe this will become a trend to just double Spy because you're running triple Card of Demise. But yeah, 2 Spies. You got triple Necro, triple Duality, double Stel, obvious. You got double Kaiser. So this is just kind of his thing, it seems. Like, every time that I see one of his deck lists, he is always running Kaiser Coliseum in his main deck. And I can understand why. Like, it's really good against Monarchs. It's really good against Burning Abyss. It holds its own against Cosmo. If your Cosmo opponent tries to go over the top, you just Kaiser them. It keeps them basically down to your speed. And then basically, you only have 1 monster to deal with, so you can very easily just kind of use your back row accordingly. So Kaiser is definitely a good card. And plus, like, let's be real, Necro, Kaiser, Heretic, and then a bunch of back row is just bullshit. So, really good card. He's got the Tribute in here, obviously. Got Raigeki in here because Raigeki and Necro is really tough for just about any deck in the meta right now to answer. It's even not terrible against... it's even not bad against Raigeki. It's not even bad against Pendulums because, like, if they try to go Seed Spam on your field, you just Raigeki them, and they're basically back to square one with a lot less cards. So this is definitely a good choice. And then you got triple card of Demise. You guys don't know what it does. Draw cards until you have 3 cards in your hand, but your opponent takes no damage. You can't special summon, and then during the end phase, you send your entire hand to the graveyard. So this card's, like, excellent against, this card's excellent in decks like Yosenju's, because you'll activate Card of Demise first, and then you'll activate your Yosenju effects to put them back to your hand. It's the same thing that the Klee used to do with Monolith versus, what's the card? Into the Void. So this card's definitely really good. Usually you'll go, let's say Necro, Spy, set your backer, and then go Card of Demise, draw 3 more cards, set your remainder backer. Maybe you'll pitch a card out of your hand. That's okay, because you got Stel to get it back and stuff like that. So this card's excellent, definitely. If you guys aren't playing this in your GKs, your other anti-meta decks like Yosenju, you definitely need to try it out. So then onto the traps. He's got double Bribe in here. Hell yeah, man. I was telling him, dude, you got to run Bribe in your main deck. He's like, I don't know, I like it in the side. And him and I were kind of going back and forth about it. But he did agree Bribe was a really good card. Finally, he put Bribe in his main deck. I asked him how it worked. He said they were fucking amazing. The card's just too good, you guys. If you're running Gravekeepers, you have to run Dark Bribe. You just have to. The no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He only runs 2, though, and especially in a 43-card deck, I feel like 3 might have been the better number. But, again, it's what worked for him. Double Bribe is still really good. I was running Double Bribe back when I was running 40 cards for a little bit. But I guess it all depends on your build and what kind of hands you get. So, Double Bribe, get out to Twin Twister, get out to MST and all that random shit. You can even bribe a Decree if you need to. So, yep, Bribe's great. So then double Lose a Turn. He was pretty high on this card last time I talked to him about it. I mean, Lose Turn's a really, really good card. I mean, obviously, like, the main deck you're going to play this against is Cosmo, because it just blows out Cosmo. It also blows out Pendulums. It's not terrible against Burning Abyss, although you would probably side it out for something else. But yeah, lose turn. I mean, very, very, very powerful anti-meta card right now. He's got double rivalry in here because rivalry is pretty much the best. It's probably the best floodgate in the game right now. Like Cosmo can't go from little to big. Burning Abyss can't exceed. Monarchs like Idea and I almost said Idea and Elegy. Idea and Eidos are both different are both different types. Pretty strong card. I like it. Double Druid Sandstorm, because Druid Sandstorm is just broken. It's one of the best anti-meta cards in the game. Like, I've been singing this card's praises since the card came out. He's played in double regular Mirror Force. I asked him how this worked. He said it was really good for him. Just because, like, you go against Cosmo, for example, you go Necro, set some back row, set a monster, and your opponent, like, tries to go with a bunch of big ships, and you just Mirror Force it. It's really tough for them to come back from it, because they can't float. It's even not bad against Burning Abyss. It even holds its own in that matchup. Because, like, you, like, Mirror Force a Dante or something like that. You know, it's tough for them to come back from that because you have Necro in play, so they're not going to be able to pull stuff back from the graveyard. Triple Strike and a Warning. I mean, you're playing GKs. You basically, if you can afford your 3 strikes, you got to play this card. Card's just too good. You got Warning because it's Warning. Bottomless because it's pretty good. I'm not sure how effective it is right now because it seems like it doesn't do a lot to Cosmo. It doesn't seem like it does a lot to Monarchs, but he said it worked really well for him. So, I mean, yeah, and it's Bottomless. So, it's good against Rogue too, especially. And then Torrential, which is mainly just a good side out. It does hold its own against, like, let's say Cosmo. They have a bunch of big ships in play. They summon a Psychic. You have Necro out, and you just Torrential them. So it's really, that's tough for them to come back from because they're just going to go next so hard off of that. So Torrential's really good. So then onto the extra, I got double Chimera Tech for the Siders he plays in the side deck. I got 1 Stardust. People were asking why he runs 1 Stardust because he doesn't play any Roads. He plays huge Revos. But I think the reason just because of Valor, like you can flip Spy, get like let's say Recruiter, and then summon Valor and sync her into Stardust. Just those random opportunities. Better to have it, not need it, not have it. I got Gemini Pearl because it gets past lose a turn. It's a nice 26 beat stick. I got and plus if you have lose a turn in Gemini Pearl, it's tough for your opponent to kind of get around that setup. You got Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, which is great, obviously. You got Trapeze Magician, which is also pretty good. You got Key Beetle, which is staple in GKs. You got Honor Arc. I mean, I probably would just have ran 2 Castel, but this card actually is a little bit more difficult to kill than Castel. So, like, basically, you relinquish something, and then your opponent has to attack into it twice, essentially, which if they're going to summon multiple monsters, you're going to overextend right into Sandstorm and regular Mirror Force. You got Downer Magician because it's Downer, Double Heartland Draco because it's a staple in GKs, Castel because it's Castel, Dweller because it's Dweller, Cowboy because it's Cowboy, and 52 because why not? Because you can beat over shit. So then side deck, get double Sidra for the Chimera Techs, obviously. Your opponent has a bunch of big ships out, you just drop a Cyber Dragon, Necro and Chimera Tech them. Double Valor just for random shit. It's not bad against like Valor or Valors. Valors aren't bad against Valors. Now, Valors aren't bad against Monarchs and stuff like that. Double Dark Hole for, I'm gonna assume that's mainly for Cosmo, because again, you have Necro in play, they just summon a bunch of shit, you just Dark Hole them, and they're basically back to square one. They can't float, really good. You got triple MST because Decree's a bitch, obviously. You got double Massacre Strict because it's pretty much the best card against Monarchs right now. Double Iron Wall because it's good against Infernoids, and not that you're expecting to see much of Infernoids anymore, but it's good against Infernoid, good against Cosmo, all that good shit. And then double Huge Revo. People were asking why he ran Huge Revo instead of Stardust, and I even asked him why he ran Huge Revo instead of Stardust. His logic was that use Breaksword. Because remember, guys, Breaksword says target one card you control, target one card that your opponent controls, and blow them both up. Huge Revo says when a spell trap or monster effect is activated that destroys 2 or more cards on the field, negate it and banish it. So basically, they go for Breaksword, they activate it, you Huge Revo it, you banish the Breaksword, you send all their shit to the graveyard, and under Necro Valley, it's probably trapped and not floating and not going anywhere. So this is actually I thought this is a pretty good choice. So overall thoughts on this deck, I think it was a very, very well-built deck. I mean, you could tell he put a lot of time and effort into making the deck as consistent as he could be. Of course, Card of Demise and Duality and stuff like that help out with it. He definitely he had a good strategy planned out, which was basically just to out-floodgate his opponent, and plus with a lot of people that are just kind of, they're not even playing Decree, they're not even playing Denko, they're just kind of playing triple Twin Twister and just thinking that's going to get the job done. And against a deck like this, even if you successfully Twin Twister, your opponent's usually going to have 3 or 4 back row against you. So unless you're going to Twin Twister the floodgates, and like hope that they don't have more floodgates face down, or if you Twin Twister the back row and then try to play around their floodgates, like it's really tough for like a single Twin Twister to really do anything. And then plus if you bribe it, or if you like Huge Revo, it's pretty much a blowout. So again, congratulations to Nick. Thank you so much for giving me your list, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, leave your thoughts on the deck list in the comment below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.